Hi, my name is Emma. Today I want to talk about transmedia storytelling. Fake news. How do we incorporate the world into our lives without bringing in the wrong things? How do we know what's real and what's not? Well, the simple truth is that all perspective is limited. No matter how right we think we are, every single perspective that we have is limited. Most people would agree that the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, but that is only true from our perspective on Earth. If we were to go outside the Earth to the rest of the universe, we would probably just see the sun existing as it is. It doesn't rise and it doesn't set, it just is. So if we can take that into our lives, into our worlds, and really see that everything that we do has a limitation to it because it usually comes from a perspective. So when we are looking at documentaries, reading books, talking to people, we have to acknowledge that that perspective is only one part of the whole truth. Will we ever find out the whole truth? I don't know. But we can increase the way that we can increase how much we know by increasing the amount of perspectives we interact with constantly. Because knowing what somebody else thinks will help you shape what you think even more. Because if somebody brings up a perspective that you never thought about in regards to climate change, and they say something and you're like, well, I don't know what to say against that. Well, there you go. Now you can expand your perspective to include something that maybe somebody else would never have thought of. And now your perspective is more inclusive because you were able to stop and listen to the other side. Most of our worlds, most of our existence, people have failed to see the importance of the other side. That our truth isn't complete simply because we believe it. The truth exists whether we acknowledge it or not. And by not acknowledging the other side doesn't make their side any less real. If millions of people believe that, then we're kind of the ones at fault when we just decide to ignore it. If we don't understand how a variety of characteristics affect the thing that we're passionate about, then we don't completely understand the thing that we are passionate about. And that's okay, we are meant to learn constantly, but as long as we are continuing to seek that information as often as we can. So when you look at the documentaries and the books and you watch the videos, you look at the Instagram posts, the Facebook posts, the YouTube videos, just be aware that it's only one perspective, that it's only one side of the entire view of the world, that there are so many little things that affect every single thing that we do in the world and in our own lives. So when you understand how other people operate, how they see the world, it will help you shape the way you see your world even more than if you were to just keep talking to people who see the world the same way as you. It might be very uncomfortable to hear what other people have to say, but that's when we grow, and that's when our truth continues to grow. So that's what I would say. If the only way to discern if it's fake news or whatever is to understand, or try to understand, why it is that they said those things. Because if somebody believes that fake news is real news, well, now we are getting into this situation where we don't know what's right because we are limiting ourselves to what we're exposed to. So it might be uncomfortable, and it will be, but it will make you a stronger, not just arguer, but a stronger presence in the world, because you will be able to not be shaken by what people have to say, but rather embrace it, internalize it, and then see what you want to do with it. That is, we're presented with information all the time. It's up to us to decide what we want to do with it. But we should continue to be exposed to information as much as possible to build that perspective. So tune in next time, and I will talk about a little bit more about how I did that, what was the most important point in my life where I realized that this was what we needed to do. And it wasn't an easy moment, but it helped me see the world a little bit brighter, a little bit better. So tune in for that. Thank you for being here this time. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram to continue to interact with this journey. Have an amazing week.